Commission meeting to order. Let's do a roll call.
James Hamilton.
Here.
Ron Sharum.
Here.
Greg Murray.
Here.
Justin Torres.
Here.
Tori, sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Brock Ellis.
Here.
All right, we have,
And-
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. I forgot to write your name on there, Wayne.
All right, we have a quorum. All right, let's go with old business, the review and approval of vacation of plat for Jaeger's Hardware. Mr. Steve?
We gotta do the minutes.
Oh, we gotta do minutes. Oh, I did it again. All right, let me
Getting ahead
let
of
me just start
ourselves
all
today.
over. Has everybody got a copy of the minutes from the last meeting from August?
Yes.
All right, has everybody read through and we would like a motion to?
I'll make a motion to accept them as written.
All right,
I'll
we got a
second.
motion and we got a second by Brock. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by the same. The ayes have it, and it carries. Now let's start with some old business. What do you say? Review and approval of vacation of plat for Jaeger's Hardware, which we are all excited about. Mr. Steve?
You all will love this. The size, and it's down here, and the location, and if you've not been by to see the excavation, and while it's dry, they're in there. There is basically the lumber yard on the west side is 12,858 square feet. The hardware store on the center or the east side is 22,200 square feet.
Wow.
And the greenhouse, which is on the east side, is about 2,000 square feet. The whole thing that you can look at is here. The plat closed all of the property that Jaeger's bought. The only part that accepted, but they still own, is the part that ties to F Street at the north side. The detention pond is shown on here. I brought, for you all to look at to go with it, where the connection for the outflow line is. It's in red ink on this one. And I brought the property map off the internet, which you can see, and I'll show you basically the dash in. But when you look at this, what's here is this drawing has the original lot configurations, so you'll see what's left and what they took, and then there's a piece of that's not in there that still belongs to Dwayne Glidewell, and it's down on the tip down here. There's some things that are entered into that. Okay, basically, they're doing exactly what they intended to do. If you've not been out there and seen it, it looks like they had dug first off a swimming pool. Then the second thing is the material they're hauling out of there is virtually useless for foundation, and they're hauling in the shale and compacting it in layers. You've seen the water truck and the compactor down there, and they're gonna bring that back up to grade. And then they have the finished grades out here, and you can look at that and see. Everybody's anticipated this for months, and it's gonna be, look like the opening and completion in 2024. And I think my first thought is that they're probably aiming for a January, February, March, somewhere in there. You really don't know, but if they're the size
Depending on
of
the weather is probably.
weather and wintertime concreting is always, you have to really be careful when you do it so you didn't do anything. But the main thing is it's got a drainage pattern, it's got a way to get the flow out,
Yeah.
and this is the lots that are adjacent. This is the path that would go across. And George Casavas, who owns that lot east of there with his family, came out to see me this week on Monday, and he was looking at, I gave him copies of the drawings. He's got one of these, the earthwork and plot plan, and I gave him copies of and showed him where the fit was for the plastic pipe. He can put in, since it's not gonna be building loaded or anything, you can put in a highway grade culvert across that lot that they own, which is about 170 feet wide. And I said, there is a drainage to the east of that, the lot that's parallel to theirs, and it goes on through the culvert on 8th Street. So this would let, at some time in the future, if Casavas decide to do anything with their property, it'll be suitable for parking lot or roadway to go through there. You just wouldn't be able to put a building on top of that without some kind of way to stabilize it and also to drain it. But it takes care and solves the issue that you'll see in the color photos of the dark spaces right there where the water has been congregating historically. So this is where we're at. The biggest thing I wanted you all to get a see is to get a blessing on this. We'll have the drawings to sign off on and for the project, and the rezoning of this property is gone. It's ready to go. And that is the part of this right here. And then I have some of the items that we covered earlier that you guys need to hear about. If there are no other questions, or you want to get a good look at this and see everything that's here, because you'll really be amazed at how big that facility is going to be.
Yeah.
You wanna get up and take a gander at the plant there real quick? How much extra water flow going out, do you think? Is it gonna be about the same,
About
or?
the same, yeah,
Okay.
they're gonna have the, go ahead and put it right here.
Oh, I see. All right.
Fourth Street's down here.
So Steve, that ain't gonna flood anything over here?
It's all, culvert's been replaced down there on 8th Street, and that's open flow all the way to.
Oh, okay, cool. I couldn't remember if there was like a ditch down through there, if it was just how that worked.
Were we able to get a hold of Casavas about possibly doing something with extending 9th Street?
Yes. And they are favorable to that, not long, as long as they didn't have to part with any of their coins.
Okay.
This is coming in a little bit late in that, but you've got, what is it, E Street that comes down where the crosswalk is?
Yeah.
Have they accounted, means how they're gonna put a drive in here?
They're looking at moving the crosswalk.
Okay, cause Fourth Street is flooded out in the past.
I know. They
And
have-
that just let that much more water go right down in there.
That's why they have, they've cut this into, for catch basins here, but they have they've talked to me this morning, and talked to the highway department about moving the crosswalk up to here and getting it where it's not right off the driveway or anything, it's separated from it.
Wait, one.
You got this box here,
Yeah.
here, here,
All the way around.
all the way around
Okay.
to blanket and catch.
Take in quite a bit. That'll take in quite a bit.
That's a
Probably
lot
won't
of.
be enough.
It's gonna look good when they get it finished.
Oh, sure.
35,000 square foot.
Yeah.
That's huge.
How far down before they started hitting rock? Cause they look like they were digging pretty well.
They're close to it, to where they started back.
There's a lot more dirt there than I
We
thought.
hit it at 1.5 feet at one point.
Yeah, they were,
It was- I think it was like, yeah, it was like 6 inches over where the apartments were being
Yeah.
built. They hit it.
Golly.
you know, they got through that sorry material and got into some hard bandits in there.
Digging it up.
Well, that other stuff was
That's your son.
not worth it.
It's on the building right on top.
Anybody have any more questions or anything about the plat?
Looks good. They put an effort into it, which you know they would, you know.
We would entertain a motion to approve this.
I'll make a motion to approve.
All right, got a motion to approve,
Second.
second by Justin. All right, roll call vote.
James Hamilton,
Yes.
Wayne Bryant,
Yes.
Ron Sharum,
Yes.
Justin Torrey,
Yes.
Brock Ellis.
Yes.
All right, it is unanimous. It is passed. All right, we got any new business, Steve?
Talk about that so you'll know. Everybody be on. In your reports there, you reported about we had the closure of the trust. There's been no response yet that I have received here from any of the people that got the letter. The Mercy Crest Pavilion and Track bids were in excess of the money available. Wayne and I have talked about this, and since we are the signers, I also talked to Tracy McKenna down there, and I talked to her about, they took a lump sum bid instead of a unit price bid. So they're going to go back to the low bidder and asking for the breakout of the prices. I talked to Tracy about what we knew and needed to know about finding out the price for the pavilion, the price for the concrete and the track, the price for the picnic table, if you will, and the price for the benches. Megan in our office here has the stuff that we've worked with at the park, and so we got bench price and we got picnic table price. Trash receptacles are incidental to it, but you'd have to have them. I went and checked the pavilion, identical to the pavilion that we have in the park. And the price for us under the contract is between $30,000 and $31,000, okay? But that's the kit that comes. It's got everything there, but you have to have the skills to bolt it up and the time and labor to do it. That's not including the concrete or not including the light fixtures. My guess is that probably the time you got everything together, even if, and you could find somebody that had the labor to do it, and I know a couple of people that can put them together, it'd probably be $50,000 worth.
How much they got allocated, or?
And they had, what was it?
280.
And that's not including the track.
I know a few.
The track has gotta be concrete, needs to be a minimum of 6 foot wide, so a wheelchair won't mire down in the hot weather and into asphalt.
Isn't there something they'd rather use in concrete, like a track material?
Well, no, cause when you got that wheelchair, and those things will cut like,
Yep.
they'll cut like a
Oh,
set of
heck.
skates on ice. So you know, we had people actually go out and use our track at the park out there. And it's concrete and it's wide enough for a compact pickup to get on it, and when we're servicing and maintaining it. So this is something that, the first thing that Tracy's asked for the contractor, and she is the contact for this. Wayne is up there where the construction and the work will actually be going on, and that's the other side of the coin. You have somebody there that can watch and see and pay attention among other duties as assigned. So anyhow, I wanted you to know about that. We're trying to find a way to get money.
Just throwing it out there, has anyone contacted Cass Job Corps? Cass Job Corps will actually send crews out
To do it,
to do the work with instructors. You know, it's actually the kids that are there, and they do the work in that. They built half of the Franklin County Jail that time,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't charge anything.
Wayne needs to have that so it can run it by the,
Cass Job Corps up at north of Turner Bend on 23 Highway.
they did the original work on the old city hall over there too.
Yeah, they did a lot of work on that. They will actually come in and bring their students, because they get a grade for it, and the instructors are there, and they're standing right there, but they don't charge you.
That's something, that's a source, and I don't know that anybody up there
I'll reach out, we'll see.
had. I wanted to cover the highway department. You've seen them put the storm drains in, and they've showed up with all the concrete out here on 255. I went to a meeting the other day with Western Arkansas Planning and Frontier Paving, or Frontier MPO. One of the things we talked about was the work on 255, and it has been held up. There was a water line issue with the city of Fort Smith's water line in Maine that crosses in under the highway out here. That main was dated from 1941 when it was run, and the highway was built in 42 according to the drawings. So now they got to figure out how to get under the highway, and that highway's got traffic like you wouldn't believe it. So my comment is they need to find John Mann or one of those guys that drilled under a 59 highway and bore it, and then put a new pipe under it and tie back on. But anyhow, that's food for thought. That's one of the last things they had that they briefed us on. The holdup was that last utility item out there. For y'all that have to go across the Moffett Bridge, it's underway, and they hope to be finished by December, and then they'll start on the Midland Boulevard Bridge. For y'all that have to go down Highway 45 from Ream to Highway 71, the utilities are gonna be the consideration out there. It's gonna be some time. I will tell you that the traffic signal for the main gate at Chaffee, we got a note that they're gonna start boring and put the fiber optic in. They're gonna start at the new main gate, come up to the old main gate location, which is for the new warehouse out there, and then they're gonna come on beyond that and come all the way up to Casey's, and they're gonna interlock these with fiber optic interlock. And they've told me that they will be a video traffic controls at Casey's, so we'll have something that's more reliable, hopefully, than what we finally got Strozier Lane fixed. We'll get this one down here fixed. They are supposed to pave the last 600 feet of 4th Avenue. The other thing, everybody thinks that things are gonna happen tomorrow, but it looks like the bid openings for the bridge piers and bridge for I-49 will open in late 2024. And we did get the sidewalk drawings back, and they're down at the engineers right now for review. And they had a few things that needed to be cleaned up on the drawings, and other than that, folks, that's where we're at.
How far is the sidewalk gonna go?
Sidewalk starts at 22nd Street and goes headed eastbound and goes down to Casey's.
Nice.
Kinda like Fort Smith did all along there.
We're on this side of the road.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
funny thing is Fort Smith did theirs on the north side, we're doing ours on the south side.
Because apparently most of the walkers, according to our studies, are on this side of the road out here.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's food for thought. Everybody's heard this, and you've got the briefing and the action item you've taken care of.
Yeah, we got her done.
Alrighty, Matt, you got anything? Alright, anybody from the public like to discuss anything? No? You're good? Okay. Well, Mr. Ron, would you do the honors?
I'd like to make a motion to
Got a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Folks, we are adjourned. We will see you tomorrow for the Board of Directors meeting.
Thank you.